With the conclusion of last Friday's spring game, Bison football fans have to wait until August 31st to see the team on the field again. The structure of this year's spring game was mostly similar to last year, with the main difference being the first and second teams of offense and defense all saw the field in a live scrimmage setting. The game did not feature a scoreboard, as much of the event was dedicated to showcasing how the team conducts a regular practice. One of the scrimmage's most notable highlights was quarterback Holden Hotchkiss, as you see here, catching his own pass off a deflection and scoring a touchdown during the red zone drills. This was considered the last of 15 spring practices for the two-time defending champions, who returned 16 seniors from last year's roster that is led by a new coaching staff as Matt Entz took over as head coach in January. The August 31st season opener will be played at Target Field in Minneapolis, and the first game at the Fargo Dome will be on September 7th against the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks. 7 former Bison football players will get their chance to make NFL rosters this upcoming season. Quarterback Easton Stick was selected in the 5th round by the Los Angeles Chargers, 166th overall, becoming the second consecutive NDSU starting quarterback to be drafted. 3 players were later signed to teams as undrafted free agents, as center Tanner Volson will join Stick in Los Angeles, signing with the Chargers. Defensive back Jalen Allison signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and running back Bruce Anderson will join him as the Ruskin, Florida native returns home. 3 other players were not officially signed but invited to rookie minicamps, as safety Robbie Grimsley, receiver Darius Shepard, and running back Lance Dunn will join the New Orleans Saints, Green Bay Packers, and Los Angeles Rams camps respectively. Teams will be hosting their post-game minicamps as early as this weekend. The NDSU women's basketball program has found its next head coach, former Kansas Jayhawk assistant Jory Collins. Collins is the 11th head coach in program history and the first male coach of the Lady Bison since 1978. He spent just 1 season at the University of Kansas after leading Division II Emporia State's program for 8 years, winning 77% of his games and making the Sweet 16 6 consecutive years. Collins helped recruit the second best class in the Big 12 this past season and is looking forward to his new challenge in Fargo.
North Dakota young lady that can help us win games. We are going to give 100% effort to get her to come be a Bison. And then we're going to move out from there. But recruiting's a relationship business.
NDSU has not had a winning season since the 2009-2010 season and has not won a conference tournament game since 2009. Former NDSU men's basketball forward Deng Gu is transferring to the University of North Texas. He announced his intent to transfer on April 1st and met with 3 schools before deciding on the Mean Green. Gu played 3 seasons with NDSU after redshirting his freshman year and was a key role player during his time in Fargo. Last season was the most productive of his career as he played in all 35 of the team's games, averaging 9.6 points and 4.9 rebounds per game. Gu is eligible to play immediately for North Texas this fall. With the final weekend of the regular season looming, the magic number to clinch the Summit League regular season championship for the Bison softball team is just 1. This means that with either 1 NDSU victory or 1 South Dakota loss, the Bison would win its 8th consecutive regular season title. This comes after yet another 3-game sweep where they outscored the Omaha Mavericks by a combined total of 34-1. South Dakota will travel to Brookings for a 3-game series with SDSU starting tomorrow, while the Bison will host the UND Fighting Hawks, starting with a doubleheader on Saturday at noon. The team that wins the conference regular season title gets to host the next year's conference tournament, which NDSU has done every year since 2013. After a loss at home last Friday to Western Illinois, the NDSU baseball team responded in a big way in a doubleheader on Saturday, but not without some late drama. In Game 1, no drama was necessary as the Bison won 7-1 behind 2 runs batted in each from Jack Simonson and Sean Noel. Max Lovin pitched all 9 innings for NDSU, scattering 5 hits to earn his 2nd career victory and the first complete game of his career. As for Game 2, it seemed to be more of the same as the Bison led 8-2 after 5 innings. Simonson had 4 hits in the game and Brock Anderson drove in 3 runs, but the Western Illinois Leathernecks would make a late rally. They scored 4 runs in the 7th inning and 1 in the 9th on an RBI single by Deion Thompson to make it an 8-7 game, but Parker Harms shut the door for NDSU with a strikeout to end the rubber match as they took both games of the doubleheader. From here on out, only home games remain for the Bison in the regular season as they look to ascend in the Summit League standings. They start a 3-game series with first place Omaha at Newman Outdoor Field beginning tomorrow night at 6:30. And finally, here's one last look at what the NDSU track and field teams have been up to as their outdoor regular seasons have ended. For the men's team, Peyton Otterdahl turned in another quality effort last weekend at the Drake Relays in Des Moines. He finished second in the shot put event as the defending Olympic champion was the only competitor to do better, and Alex Talley now ranks third in NDSU history in the hammer throw after last weekend, 25th in the nation this year. On the women's side, Amy Harrington won the hammer throw event in Des Moines, and a quartet of Bison set a school record for the fastest shuttle hurdle time in history. Their attention now shifts to the upcoming Summit League Championships, where both teams have combined for the last 20 conference titles. And if some of these stories from this past week have taught any of us here at all, it's that NDSU is quite a special place to be an athlete. Bison football players being drafted, new opportunities abound, and excellence as well across a lot of these programs.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Isaac. Coming up after the break, we'll have some helpful studying tips for finals in this week's Bison on the Street.